Alright, so here's the plan. I'm gonna play some ball pit on stream because I am loving this game. And all I want to do is play this game. If you are watching this on YouTube, you should not see my face. And that's by design. Alright, so I've made a lot of progress since my last video. I've moved stuff around. More importantly, I've unlocked something very cool that kind of changes most of my runs, and that's the ability to bring in a partner into every run. So I'll show that off in just a second. Let's go ahead and get harvesting. Actually, do we want to upgrade? Yes, let's upgrade these mines. Enough resources. Okay. Send these guys out. Excellent job. All right. Yeah, so I'm really excited to show this off. We can now bring in 2 characters into a run, which means I can almost play this while idling. There's a really cool combination in playing as Piccolo and this guy that auto fires. So when you bring in a partner, you get both of their abilities. So now we have someone who just picks all of our items for us, and then someone who just auto fires for us as well. All we have to do is just dodge. I've also unlocked this new area down here, and I've beaten it twice. Let's go ahead and let's just keep going. Let's see if we can unlock another gear. Yeah, this game has been a ton of fun. I think the last Piccolo run we had, at least on YouTube, did not go so well. In my experience, he's actually not that bad. I mean, he's choosing everything at random, so we're kind of relying on our upgrades, our like permanent progression, or city progression. So really all I need to do is just click the continue button. This might be my favorite character combination. Not sure how many of you have played Marvel Snap before, but one of my favorite cards in that game was Agatha. And Agatha is a card that, when she first was released, would play all of your cards for you. Like she would just play every turn for you. And I love that because you could, honestly, you could just play Marvel Snap while like watching TV and not doing anything. Required no brain power. They changed her around, unfortunately. Probably made her a better card, but they changed her around so that she only plays your cards, I think on like even turns. I don't know, I stopped playing Marvel Snap, but I was really into that game for a long time. Honestly, I don't miss it too much. I feel like it was really eating up my time. I was just kind of playing Marvel Snap at any occasion. I stopped playing around the time they released the Fantastic Four cards. That's also around the time that it felt like they're starting to get a little bit more greedy with monetization. They introduced I think it was Fantastic Car. This was a card that you can only get from buying a like premium version of the Battle Pass that you already have to pay for. So I wasn't too happy with that, and I stopped playing after that. But up until that point, I was like heavily invested in Marvel Snap. I like bought every battle pass, I played every season. I was like following the meta, watching a ton of Regis Killbin videos and Dexter videos. I was deep into it. Curious if anything's changed or if they're still They're still heavily monetizing that. What's kind of crazy is, you remember that time when TikTok was banned for like, I don't know, a day? The Marvel Snap servers actually went down when they banned TikTok. I think the like parent company somehow associated, or maybe it was like the publisher. I don't remember the details, but we were not expecting Marvel Snap to go down with the ban of TikTok, and I don't think they were expecting it either. It seemed like they were also caught off guard, and then after that they announced that they were going to be self-publishing. I think when they announced that they were going to be self-publishing, everyone was kind of excited that this might mean a less greedy Marvel Snap, and that's not exactly how it worked out. All right, we seem to be doing pretty well. I have not really been paying attention to our balls here. I don't think it matters too much. We have Bleeding Ball. I do like the Bleeding Ball. And then we have an upgraded version of lasers. So we shoot in all directions when we hit. Well, let's try to get on the inside of you. We have healing, so we have a little bit of sustainability. That's nice. We also might find some new evolutions. I hardly ever pick the healing ball. Come on. There we go. Alright, we will not be finding a new evolution from the healing ball. Instead, we get this, whatever this is, Vampire Lord. I think I've seen this once. I just want a reminder. What does Vampire Lord do? Each hit inflicts 3 stacks of bleed, heals 1 health, and consumes all stacks when hitting an enemy with at least 10 stacks of bleed. So we still heal, and it inflicts bleed. A little bit of both worlds. Oh, this could be good. Holy Laser plus Vampire Lord. So now we should be creating a ton of bleed. And we're also going to be healing a ton. I think our sustainability is going to be pretty good. It's whether or not we can find more damage. I do like Earthquake. Earthquake's pretty good. Yeah, so I stopped playing Marvel Snap, and I just feel like I have more free time on my hands. Weird how that works. I did start playing a different mobile game. I think it's called Merge Master. Actually, I haven't played in like a week, but only because I've essentially beaten every difficulty and every challenge for that game already. I was pretty deep into that game for a while. Or Merge Maestro, I think is what it's called. Merge Maestro. The game is pretty sick, though. You are just merging tiles onto each other to create upgraded versions. So imagine that you have a set of 9 different tiles. And every turn, you see either a 1 or a 2. And then you place them into I think it's like a 4x4 grid. Are we gonna be able to kill these guys? So you place them down into a 4x4 grid, so like, you'll put a 1 down, and then next turn you get another 1. You can put another 1 down. And then you combine 2 1s to make a 2. You would combine 2 2s to make a 3, so on and so forth. So it gets difficult to create like level 9 tokens. I'm not doing a great job of explaining this. The game's cool. Look it up if you're interested. All right, we're actually doing some decent damage now. We have a lot of AoE. We have lasers, holy lasers that inflict bleed. Plus we have magma and lightning. This might be a pretty good run. Knew we could trust Piccolo here to hand us something good. I'm not always going to play as Piccolo. Believe it or not, I do like choosing upgrades. But there's also just something really nice about having the game just do all of it for you. Just focus on relaxing, hanging out, farming some experience. I was kind of wondering if there might be a way to just like beat a whole level without doing anything. I think you might be able to on like the easiest difficulty after you level up these guys a bunch. Okay, now I'm getting a little concerned. We are not dealing enough damage to this guy. All of our balls are stuck at the top. We are healing. Maybe we just out-survive this. All right, I'm gonna run to the top really quick. Get some experience. Uh-oh, this is looking kind of dicey for us. Let's get this upgrade. Oh, we might lose. Yeah, all of our balls are stuck at the top. One more hit, we're done. All right, one more hit, we're done. Oh man, I think we were close. It looked like we almost had him. All right, let's go back to base, farm up a little bit. First I like to see if we have any upgrades. I've been upgrading these mines to try to get more gold so I can expand this out. So my new plan with the city here is to expand this out and invest more in like auto farming. But to do that, I need a lot more gold. Actually, we have new buildings to build, I believe. No, that was a lie. That wasn't a lie, we do. Let's build this. Put you like right here, I guess. Increase this experience. Put you like here. All right. Anything else? Yes, I can still upgrade this. I also have some new characters to show off. We could do that next. So the way I have this arranged right now is all of my scaling buildings I have over here on the right, and that's because if I can, I want to level these up first early on while my characters are still leveling up quickly. I'm assuming each level requires more experience to level up a character. I think that's the way it works. I mean, that's how it works in like every video game. I don't know for sure though, could be wrong. Then up here I have just like everything else that isn't like a farm. And then down here I have my auto farms as well as this guy right here, Veteran's Hut, which increases experience of residents of nearby houses by 25%. So all of my characters that I unlock are going over here, the bottom left. All right, let's go ahead and send them out. All right, maybe not the most efficient, but we did get the job done. And we have another new character. All right, let's go ahead and move this around. So juggler, I think that still reaches, right? Why does this not reach? Oh, it needs to be here. Okay. I'm gonna put it like this. And then what does this do? Increases experience. So we'll put you like here. And you don't really matter too much. You can go like here, something. But you know what I should do? I should have like these fields that are not going to be by the auto farming. I should put them just like down here. It's like a little hallway. Oh yeah, I unlocked these cool new wheat fields. They're dense wheat fields. They have like increased production. They're also only 1 tile rather than 4 tiles. We could have harvested again. I don't think we need to. Let's just go ahead and send it. And why don't we try one of these new characters? So 3 new characters since my last video. The shield bearer right here. I have played a little bit as him. He's kind of cool. It's kind of like old Breakout. So he has this big shield that kind of looks like a paddle. You can catch, well, you don't catch balls, but you send them back out when they hit his shield. And I don't know what these guys do. Flagellant, just your average flagellant. Balls bounce normally off the bottom of the screen. Okay, so instead of hitting the bottom and returning to us, they just keep bouncing. And then we have the juggler, street performer, flourishes abound, lobs balls into the air at a target position on the field. Balls don't start bouncing until they reach the ground. That's kind of cool. So we can target specifically where we want our balls to land. That's pretty neat. Flagellant doesn't sound all that exciting to me, but I bet you can do some cool things combining his ability with some other characters. Let's try the Flagellant. And why don't we'll just try the Flagellant by themselves right now. We have a couple of undiscovered blueprints still. I want to make more progress on this level. I think we can do it. We were close last time. All right. So we start with an egg sac. So we're gonna have... Oh, I immediately see the issue here. We need to catch these balls. Otherwise... We have to catch these balls. Otherwise our fire rate's going to be pretty bad. Well, let's do... If we start with an egg sac, we might as well take a brood mother. I'm not interested in banishing at the moment, but we'll hold on to that thought. I always forget to banish. We need to use that more. Increases our odds of finding what we really want. Spike Collar deals 40 to 66 damage to enemies. Oh, I think they forgot to put enemies in the tooltip here. Every other tooltip says enemies. Deals 40 to 66 damage to enemies the first time you get into their melee attack range. This is good with the shield bearer when you want to be up front. We could do this if we wanted to catch our balls often. What if we do... I don't know. We could do Ghost Ball and it's just gonna keep bouncing around. I don't know. Let's just take Ghost Ball for now and then we'll reevaluate what we need. So I'm kind of in a predicament here. All I want to do is play this game, but I also want to record videos for this game. When you catch a special ball, automatically shoot. Sure, let's just go heavy into baby balls, I guess. I want to keep recording videos. The problem is that I don't have enough banter to just record multiple hours every day of the week. So I think what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get pretty far ahead between some of my videos. So if you're watching all my videos, you might notice significant jumps in progression from video to video. All right, we're gonna try to lean into this baby ball synergy where possible. So let's take another egg sac. If we find a fission, we should be able to level up. There it is. Evolution, I mean, not level up. Nice, Spider Queen. Don't forget to banish. We gotta banish. So I watched Raising Arizona last night for the first time. I had no idea what to expect. I knew Nic Cage was in it, and I knew it was one of his first movies, maybe his first. Strange. Let's banish. I don't think we need the magnet. We can banish that. And then we'll take Bottle Tornado here. I didn't realize Raising Arizona was a Coen Brothers film. It didn't take too long for me to realize though, because that movie is really absurd in a good way. In a good way. It's kind of like Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? It's just, well, it's just kind of absurd. Absurdist humor. It was a very fun movie, though. It was nice to see Nic Cage, like, really young. It also have a 40% chance to heal you for 1 health instead of hurting you. You might need some survivability. Ooh, I like the Ninja Blade. I think it was like a couple of years ago, my wife and I were trying to watch like all of Nic Cage's like recent straight to DVD movies. Nic Cage is great because he'll do anything for a paycheck. He's been putting out some like really good movies. I mean, he's been putting out a lot of movies, but in that pile of movies, there are some really good ones. Pig is a really great movie about a chef who has a like mushroom finding pig, but it's also a bit like Fight Club. Slow down enemies in the same column as you. Yeah, we gotta take the egg sac, right? That movie's fantastic. My favorite Nic Cage movie though is probably Mandy. Mandy, it's hard for me to recommend Mandy to everyone because that movie is such a vibe. It's really a movie that's just kind of all about the aesthetics. Everything is drenched in neon. There's really not much dialogue, but the music is great. Assign a character here to automatically send them out to harvest in a preset direction. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty neat. All right, if we take this, this is good, right? Do we want this? Let's find out. Increase crit chance when hitting enemies in the front. Let's level this up again. Do we want to? Let's banish this. I don't think we need the protective charm. One thing I noticed, I've only seen it in one run, but I found a evolution for 2 passive items, which I didn't know that was possible. It was like 2 crit chance items turned into like a really powerful crit item. I kind of want to take bandage roll if we're leaning heavy into baby balls. Anyways, Mandy is a really cool film. Like I said, it's a vibe for sure. Like, you have to be in the mood for a really slow movie like that. But if you like 2001: A Space Odyssey, or if you like Blade Runner movies that just have a really strong sense of aesthetic, I think you would like Mandy. Also, Nic Cage goes insane in that movie. If you like watching Nic Cage freak out, you would definitely like Mandy. It's essentially just like a revenge movie. Like, something happens, and then the whole movie is him just like hunting down cult members and demons that did him wrong. Another good Nic Cage movie in recent years, Color Out of Space. I didn't like it as much as Mandy. Do we want fire rate? Probably, right? I almost think I would rather have horizontal right now. Color Out of Space is also really cool. I think it's based on a Lovecraft novel. It's got some comedy to it. It's like a lighthearted science fiction movie, but it's a fun watch for sure. Oh, and okay, last one, and then I'll try changing topics here. We already have some crit stuff, so why don't we take Deadeye Amulet? A Dream Scenario. I think Dream Scenario came out, I want to say 2004. Shoot baby balls after hitting a wall. Iron baby balls move at 200 speed bar destroyed upon hitting anything. Dream Scenario is about just a nobody. He's like some janitor at a school, but for some reason he starts appearing in everyone's dreams. Like, everyone starts dreaming about this random dude. And so the movie is about like how would society react to this like celebrity overnight that's just appearing in everyone's dreams, like, and how would he react to that? It's a really interesting film. All right, we're doing pretty well, I would say. I think this was the boss we got stuck on last time. Why don't we just like oh, we're supposed to be hitting the wall, aren't we? Yeah. I should shoot from the side here. We need the shotgun ball to burst. Let's banish. Ooh, you know what? We could take this since it synergizes. I kind of want all of these. We'll take light, and then we have an evolution between light and the laser. Yeah, we need Iron Ball to bounce off the wall here to create baby balls. think we're gonna take some damage. That's right. All right, we need one more level for light. Now we just need an evolution. We should be good. Why is my dog barking? It's like 8 o'clock at night. Yeah, so you'll be seeing more ball pit videos, I guess by the time this releases. I want to try to stick to a schedule of 2 ball pit videos a week, and then 2 short videos right after. So I'm thinking Monday, Tuesday. Monday ball pit full video, Tuesday short, Thursday ball pit video, Friday short. Let's banish the fire. I don't think we need that. Emit a laser beam on hit that deals. Just want to remind myself what this does. So this blinds people and then also shoots a laser. I'm noticing the evolution balls, the balls you can only get from evolution, they look like they're going to be completely unique things, but they kind of just act like the same thing you would get if you fused 2 balls together. So I don't quite understand why they make a distinction there. I guess they're more unique, but just got a little framey there for me. I think we have too many baby balls bouncing around. Fusion. Oh, this might be bad. Oh, I feel like I need to do this to see what happens, but I'm worried this might be bad. So shotgun. This is what I'm thinking it does. Shotgun here, when it breaks by bouncing off of a wall, is going to create a bunch of baby balls that are all laser beam balls. If that's the case, it might be good. In any case, it frees up a spot so we can take more balls. Spawn balls from shotgun have the same properties, yeah. Okay, so just keep bouncing off the wall and we should be okay. Oh yeah, those lasers look good. Let's see if we can send him back here. Increase crit chance, please. Our damage is not that great. I guess we only have 2 special balls right now. We definitely need more special balls. My wife and I are almost caught up with the London Sumo. We just watched day 4. Unfortunately, Al Nishki lost. I think Al Nishki's probably my favorite. Oh, we're missing a lot of experience. Let's pick some of that up. Brood Mother, please. Al Nishki is great. He's amazing. I think he's the like fastest ranking or fastest wrestler to like rank up to the top division like in sumo history. The guy is amazing. He fled Ukraine. I don't know if he fled, but I mean, he left Ukraine to study sumo. When he was a kid. I think he's like 20 something right now, so still pretty young. He's already the 4th highest rank in sumo, and I think after the tournament in November, I think he might rank up to the 3rd highest rank. I want to say Sekiwake. That might be 4th eye strike. I don't remember. But he's definitely my favorite. There are actually 2 Ukrainian sumo wrestlers right now in sumo. There's Nishki, and then there's Shishi. Shishi is also Division 1. He's near the bottom of Division 1 right now. He has his ups and downs between tournaments. But Nishki is a ton of fun to watch. He's a really technical wrestler. So some wrestlers just win by like overpowering their opponents, like due to like size and strength. Nishki has a background in judo, so he's like sweeping their feet and trying to get takedowns that way by like pulling them down or sweeping them down. All right, well, we completed that. Let's do increased movement speed while harvesting. I wonder if there's a way to reset their upgrades. I always forget what I've picked for my previous citizens here. Bouncing off this building increases the harvest clock by 5 seconds. So we should put this somewhere in the front, ideally. Ooh, when working in a gold mine, mines an additional 1 gold. Let's take this because we don't have a gold miner yet. All right. So we just assigned him as a gold miner. So let's unassign you, and then you can be a gold digger. Thank you. Let's build these warfare buildings first. Gain 2 free level up rerolls per battle. That seems very good. I love that. Put you there. Reduce level up reroll costs. Also very good. This game is awesome. I love that the more I'm playing this game, the upgrades aren't just like insignificant. I feel like each upgrade, each new blueprint that we find is like genuinely a significant upgrade, or it like changes how the game is played in a meaningful way. Let's upgrade some of these buildings first. Oh, I want to upgrade these first if possible. These are all the lower. Could save up. Need more wood. Need more wood. Should we? Maybe we upgrade these forests. No, here's what we do. Assign a character here to automatically send them out to harvest in a preset direction every 10 minutes. I love that this game seems to work like off game time, or off of system time, I should say. So like, I think I'm always harvesting resources even when I'm not playing. I bet, well, we might as well move down here. And let's upgrade our forest. So that's literally not how you do it. Okay, that's taken care of. I can upgrade these. Do something like this. Alright. Send you all out. I always do that. Alright, this was pretty bad. We got a decent amount of gold. Let's save our gold and not get anything. Oh, we did get this, so let's move this. And assign someone. And then we'll send you out this way, I guess. I want him to reach the forest if possible, but I think that's... I don't know. Maybe that does something. Maybe it doesn't. Let's move you back. What do we want to do? I suppose we should try out the juggler. Do we want to combine this with something? I think combining with cohabitants would be cool. So the juggler sounds like they lob a ball at in a specific direction. And then cohabitants would just double up our ball. Seems like a decent synergy. Balls deal more damage each time they bounce. This guy seems like he would combo well with the flagellant. I think Empty Nester might also combo well with Juggler. No baby balls, each shot shoots multiple instances of one equipped special ball. I went to this, I went to Juggler. Each shot shoots multiple instances of one equipped special ball. Let's do that. We're gonna do Juggler. And then our partner is going to be Empty Nester. All right, we only need one more gear piece, I believe. Then we'll have the next level. The Gory Grasslands. All right. Oh, that's right. We lob these, don't we? Send them in the back. All right. Yeah, this guy seems pretty good. We can kind of just target wherever we need to target. Ghost Ball I don't think matters that much for us. Actually, let's just... Oh, we already have a Ghost Ball. I like increased movement, but maybe we don't need that. Maybe we would rather have these 4 slots. Let's just take the laser. Lightning, we already have lightning. Let's banish the... Actually, gain a shield that blocks the next damage you would receive. Recharges after 60 seconds. I'm gonna take this. No, I'm not. I was thinking about taking it. I need to take it at least once to try it out and maybe find other evolutions, but I don't really want to take it. I like Cell here. Cell's really cool, and it's gonna work well for us when we can just send balls all the way to the back. So every time they bounce, they split to another copy. Nice. 4 upgrades. So while I was taking a break from videos, I went to a thing called Commander Sealed in Rochester. It was a ton of fun. It's a Commander Sealed format where you open 14 packs of cards from slow enemies down, critical hits. I don't really want any of these. I have to take one. Oh, free reroll. Oh, increase fire rate? Yes? Yes. You get 14 packs of cards from like recent sets, and it's kind of a mystery of what you're gonna get. The whole thing was... Sorry, it's hard to hold my train of thought where I'm trying to make decisions here. The whole thing was a fundraiser for the Trevor Project and Trans Lifeline. I think they raised like $80,000 or something. So, pretty successful event. Let's banish that. We don't need that. Take more fire rate for now. So it was a really successful event, and they had like 300 people there, I think is what they said. It's a ton of fun. I really want to go again next year. But you open 14 packs of cards in a pod of 4 people, and you're incentivized to help your teammates build. So like you're incentivized to trade within your pod for cards that they might want, or that you might want, because you're not playing the people in your pod. Instead, you're playing other people that have signed up for the event. So it was just really cool. And then you play 3 matches, and you get tickets based on how you did. I've never been to a Magic convention before, so I didn't know what to expect. This was kind of like a test to see if I might like going to MagicCon. It was a ton of fun. They had artists there. I got a signed Consecrated Sphinx from Mark Sugg, and that was awesome. I also had a ton of cards that were just sitting in my trade binder that I hadn't traded or sold in a while. It was nice that they had a store there to just like quickly trade in a bunch of your cards. I'll deal more damage after hitting the back of the field. Yes, this is going to be easy for us to trigger. I probably could have got more money for my cards if I sold them individually, like on, I don't know, eBay or something. But I don't really like putting in that kind of effort. I did manage to get, I think, like over $100 in trade value. So I picked up some cool stuff. And I picked up the one Final Fantasy like chase card that I was excited to grab, the Final Fantasy X Ristic Study. All right, this is a little tricky. I think we need to send it back against this left wall so it bounces a ton of times. All right, did it. Increase ball launch speed by 20% but get knocked back. I don't think we need that. Let's banish that one. And then let's take a level of hatchets. Chance to dodge incoming attacks. I might take this. I feel like we need a little bit of survivability. Need some kind of like health upgrade or something to give us more survivability. I don't know if we need both of these. Well, let's do it. I haven't taken breastplate yet. And I feel like our damage is good as long as we're placing balls in the right spot. Ooh, new evolution. Overgrowth. Applies 1 stack of overgrowth. Upon reaching 3, consume all stacks and deal a bunch of damage to all enemies in a 3x3 tile square. Okay. It's like Earthquake, but with more work. I'm assuming more damage than Earthquake. It shouldn't be too hard for us to trigger Overgrowth here. I mean, we can send balls like straight into the middle where they just bounce around a ton of times. This juggler character seems pretty strong. Do we take the free reroll? I don't know. Do I want any of these? I mean, I do want the breastplate. I'll just take the breastplate for now. My commander sealed pool was actually, I think it was pretty good. I ended up playing a commander from Baldur's Gate. It was a white-black commander that cares about experience counters, which seemed like it would be fairly strong. Unfortunately, I got kind of targeted out. I think it's tricky playing competitive commander because you don't want to come off as too big of a threat too soon. I think that was my problem. Let's take bleed ball here for some more damage. I kind of want to get rid of that ghost ball. I wish I could just like delete that ghost ball. It doesn't really do much for us. In my sealed pool though, I actually pulled one of the Dungeons and Dragons showcase art versions of Ancient Copper Dragon. So very excited to open that. I don't actually have a copy of that one. Actually, I bought so when Baldur's Gate released, I bought a box to draft with coworkers. And I think someone pulled the Copper Dragon out of that box. You know, and they paid for the packs, so I can't be too upset about that. But I was a little jealous, but I'm happy to have my own now. It's like a $60 card or something. Maybe and you can tell me if I shouldn't have done this. Someone in my pod was looking for red cards. And maybe you see where this is going. And we're kind of down to like the last like minute or two, and he was still, you know, he was still wanting to fill out his deck with more red creatures. And he seemed pretty trustworthy. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm like a fairly good judge of character. I don't know. He seemed like a nice guy. So I was like, hey, I'm willing to let you borrow my Copper Dragon if you, you know, as long as like you're not leaving here. And I asked if he was staying at the hotel. He said he was. Then we also like exchanged phone numbers in case I needed to get a hold of him. But I lent out my $60 Copper Dragon to this guy, and I'm wondering if maybe I mean, he returned it, but how many people would just like run away with that? I was pretty nervous to lend it out. All right, we gotta deal with these guys over here. That got kind of dicey. That got pretty dicey. Let's combine Overgrowth with Bleed here, because both of these balls want to apply a bunch of stacks onto the same targets. Oh my god, seeing that lightning trickle through all those enemies. This game is so satisfying. We need to heal. We need to heal. All right, we got a little bit of health. Let's re-roll and try to find vampire. Do we keep going? Let's keep going. One more. I didn't banish it, did I? I definitely didn't banish it, right? All right, it's getting too expensive to re-roll. I kind of just want to take the Iron Ball. Iron Ball will evolve with Ghost Ball into something more useful. I would still rather have some health though. We need a way to heal. All right, keep dodging. Oh, my fire rate's so bad. This isn't looking good. Oh no, all right. Oh, we really need health. Let's take more wood. More wood, please. All right. I don't think we're getting any more upgrades. Oh no. This might be the end of the run. We do have breastplate still, so we're taking less damage than we normally would. Yeah, just try to get the balls in there, right along the side. It's looking dicey. We're just barely hanging in. All right, we need more health pots. Health pots, health pots, health pots. There's one. Dang. Man, we had such a good run too. Juggler seems really fun. All right, I'm gonna call it here for the video. I'll probably hang out and play a little bit more on stream. But thanks for hanging out, and then check back in for the next one. See ya.